What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going over Mana as its price has seen some very good moves over the last 24 hours. It's actually taken a few steps that we needed it to take in order for us to actually confirm a bullish reversal to the upside. And so with that being said, of course, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what else needs to happen. What are some more steps that need to be taken for us to say, okay, this thing very possibly may be going back up to $5 to $6, etc. So with that being said, of course, let's go ahead. Let's skip the BS. Let's skip the fluff and let's get into the good stuff. So what we're seeing from Mana again is that we did break the downtrend in which we've been in since November 25th. Now, since the fact that we have been under this key level of resistance for about 2 to 3 weeks now, the fact that we did break it is always a good sign, and it does show a sign of momentum switching. Now, whenever we break these trends, it's not always the confirmation that, okay, this thing's absolutely about to take off right now, but it is always the first step. Breaking the downtrend is, of course, always the first step on any time frame. If we go ahead and if we look at something of this nature, we can go ahead and see that at this point we went ahead, we broke the downtrend, came back down, back tested as support, and then continued to the top side. Or even in a little bit more of a longer time frame here, a very similar picture played out in which we went ahead, we broke out, boom, we even still retraced a little bit, we set in this double bottom here, and then boom, we set in this new structural high, which was the signal that we're going to the top side. And so overall, the fact that we are seeing that process starting, hopefully, of course, that is a fantastic sign. So with that being said, of course, step number one, what we need to see happening over the next 24 hours is the fact that we want to see these levels hold. Now that we've now flipped this level of resistance into what seems to be support here, that level of support, of course, needs to hold. That's why our line is red. We need to stay above that level, especially as we do approach the bottom side of the symmetrical triangle here. So that's going to be step number one, and I guess step number two while we're at it is the fact that we do have these two levels of support number one, support number two, that have created the bottom side of the symmetrical triangle in which we are in. Now, these have tendencies to be continuation patterns. Okay, let's go ahead and let's just get that out the way. These have tendencies to be continuation patterns, in which it means it will break to the downside if we're coming off of a downtrend. But this is not 100%. This is not, guaranteed, but it is something you need to keep an eye on. But though, even if it does break to the downside, I don't think it's a big deal, and I'll explain that in a second here. But best case scenario in this instance right here is that we do go ahead and we work our way and we hold this level of support. Now, if we hold this level of support, what we can see is that we will have something of a cup and handle pattern playing out with a high. Let's go ahead and let's give it a cup line of, say, roughly $3.65. Okay, that's going to be our cup line here. So what that means for us is that if the price is able to work its way down from here, boom, and as long as it sets a low above this previous low at $3.20 and starts to retrace, we're looking at some type of W bottom / cup and handle pattern in which we definitely could be looking at a move to the upside. Now, a technical target breakout of this cup and handle pattern off of this $3.65 cup line is actually going to be right around $4.10. And as you can see, if that was the case, if we were to see this technical target be reached, that would have us breaking out of the top side of our symmetrical triangle, as well as setting a very equal level to these previous highs back here, which could say that if we just go up a little bit more, we may start to set some new structural highs, which all confirms a bullish uptrend and a reversal in my opinion. So this could absolutely play out in an extremely bullish way. This is best case scenario right now. Again, what we want to see is that this level holds, boom, at this little intersection that it's going to happen today or tomorrow. We hold at this intersection, we work our way back above 365, and we execute on the breakout target of this cup and handle pattern. Boom, puts us at around $4.10, and then we're looking at the continuation back to the upside. Even if at that point we retraced, we've put in the higher high, we just need to come in and put a higher low in, and we're looking good for continuation to the upside, okay? So that's the best case scenario. Let's talk about what could also happen, okay? Remember, technical analysis is an evaluation of the realm of possibilities. It is not fortune telling. Let me just put that out there. I'm gonna tell you what's possible. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen in the future, okay? Of course, no one on earth can do that. But one thing that is very possible, okay, since this is generally a continuation pattern, and generally speaking, these will break to the downside, one thing that we need to look at is our Fibonacci's to gauge where could we go and still be okay. And what happens if we draw our Fibonacci from our swing low, which we put in back here on November 10th, to the high in which we put in on November 25th, that gives us a low point, our 0.618 to 0.786 zone is going to be between $3 and $3.63. But I want you guys to see something very interesting here, is that $3.63 zone just so happens to also be the cup line of our cup and handle pattern. So what that tells us is that not only is this a strong technical level, but in terms of Fibonacci's, there's also a key level of resistance that if we break it, likelihood is we execute back to our previous Fibonacci, which is a 0.5, which, just so happens to be the technical target of this cup and handle pattern. So as you can see, if we do break this level, there is a strong chance we come back up to this level here from not only our cup and handle, but our Fibonacci's as well. So it's very fun to see how those two interact with each other in that way. But if we do break to the downside, okay, one thing that I would say is that generally, of course, your technical target is going to be back where you came from. And where we came from on this symmetrical triangle is going to be $3.08. So what that tells me is that if we break to the downside, we could see a fall as low as $3.08, as well as a fall a little bit further down to $3.01, or just to say $3, which is a strong psychological level, and still be okay. But if we start to lose $3.01, that is going to be a reversal sign, okay? From this big move we saw, that's going to be the first sign of reversal in which we may start to work our way back below $2.20, and we don't want to see that happening. We want to always maintain our Fibonacci 786 level, and of course that's again at $3. So even if we do break to the downside, it's really no need for concern until we start to lose $3.01. But the fact that we are starting to see some of these bullish formations happening and these cup and handles and things of that nature, as we are in a crucial level of support, it tells me that the price is trying to get pushed back up. It's trying to fight the market, and it's trying to make the move to the upside. Now, overall, you guys know that looking at specific cryptos right now is a little bit risky. I definitely would be focusing more on the broad market and be focusing more on Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin does is what the rest of the market's going to do. But these principles do apply to Bitcoin as well, because you can see a very similar structure playing out, this somewhat inverse head and shoulders / cup and handle pattern. Okay, so be focusing more on Bitcoin right now, but I do think it is equally as important just to at least keep an eye on the specific charts for different cryptos, because they will start to paint pictures of which of where technical targets and things of that nature could be at. So with that being said, that's going to be about it for today's video. Be looking for the break to the upside. If it happens, look for the new structural high to get put in, and at that point, of course, we will likely see a retracement, and on the retracement, after setting a new higher high, that is when I want to be buying, on that retracement there. And if we do break to the downside, at least look for the price to hold above $3, and if it does so, we're still good for continuation to the upside. So of course, I will keep you guys as up to date as possible, as long as you guys do want me to, and you can let me know you want me to by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And don't miss another video. We'll have a Solana video coming out in a few hours, simply by turning on all the notifications on the channel, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.